and
like it
teach
over here, but
them,
it's grown up
but no
talk.
one wants to teach yourself and your friends and your family to try to stop saying it or do better. Come on now. We know this is the internet, but it also comes to when they are saying certain things, we have a different language. We understand that. We know our slang dictionary is a motherfucker, and we change it up often. We let people add words, throw in words, new words, put together four words to make one word, but it's okay for us to use the words, y'all get out of the way, y'all somebody's coming, y'all did y'all see that? And we say y'all, but let them say y'all, it's offensive? Come on, that don't make sense. We better
I
than
agree.
that.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you.
Now I know Miss
Absolutely.
Confidence is gonna bring the smartness and her intellectual side to her, so I'm gonna let her speak.
Oh,
Hey y'all.
Bright as his neck. She been waiting a minute.
Oh, okay. No problem,
Okay.
y'all.
What I want to say is listen, I am FOE. I don't care if you love me or not. I love this group of people. I love the love that you all have and the compassion that you have. I said you all, I'm sorry. And the
You're
compassion
welcome. That don't
that
offend
you
the
have,
host. Go ahead.
that you guys have, the FOE has, and the panels, that I can't, I fit. I do, I fit. There's, when you, Miss Netra, when you are doing your giveaways and you're doing the smile and the content and the softness in your face, see that means the world to me. I don't get to see that. I don't. And I love this family. I don't know everybody yet, but I'm learning.
You're welcome here. You don't owe me no big speech, Becca.
No, no, I'm not giving you a speech. I'm telling you a
But
fact.
I just want you to feel comfortable enough that
I
you're welcome.
am comfortable here. I am very comfortable
Javon
here.
don't run shit over here, Jesse.
well,
Let me
down
tell
here in
y'all
the South,
downstairs, Javon
down
don't
here in
run
the
nothing
South,
over here.
everybody say y'all.
Yeah, he don't run nothing over here,
All
baby.
races say y'all.
Uh-uh.
Down here in the South is y'all,
Lady
y'all,
Aquarius,
y'all,
y'all can get
y'all,
out if you're in
yeehaw.
a bad mood, baby.
Okay,
Javon
it
don't run
just
nothing over here. Nothing. We like Javon, but he don't run this FOE house. This here my joint. Becca's welcome. And I'm gonna
it's
rotate the
just
panel back. I'm gonna let you go down, get a breather. You can come back if you want to in a minute, but I'm gonna rotate. But you're
Not a
okay.
problem. Y'all have a shit. You guys have a wonderful evening.
girl, girl,
No,
y'all have
don't
a
say you
wonderful evening.
guys.
We
Don't
will.
you dare
Oh
We
say you
shit.
will.
guys. You
Don't
I'm
better
say
not
sorry.
you
ever say you
guys,
guys
girl.
again.
Oh
Say it
Lord.
with your chest.
Y'all, you
Goddamn.
guys, don't you do that. You guys, and
It's
oh, that.
always been you
I'm
people.
just joking.
I
I'm
don't know
just
why
joking.
y'all read. It's always been you people.
It's okay,
She
so
did
like
not.
I feel like people be reading too much into it. Like y'all be trying to do too dang on much when people are genuinely people. There's racist people and there's genuine people that love people, okay? Like I go to plenty of bars out here and they say y'all all night, okay? We have a good time. We get to singing karaoke and everything together. We're gonna listen to some Jason Aldean too, even if it sounds like he was racist in his song. We gonna sing it too. So like it ain't. It's just about how people mature in life. If you offended by somebody saying y'all, and you're not trying to see if there's malice behind that y'all, then that's on you or y'all.
You know when they passed the gun law.
Thank y'all for the magic. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen 300K. In fact, 400K. Help me reach my live goal. We're working magic over here tonight. We don't know how good we're doing, but we're working on it. So there we go. Thank you, Renita. Renee. Ah! Yes. So next, call me when I'm on live. I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna put it on Do Not Disturb. Thank y'all for my gifts, love, everything. Share the live, tap the screen, and I think we on Bright Eye Regal and then Confident, and then we'll rotate the panel.
I just came up. Well, thank you for having me up. I just came up to acknowledge something real quick. I'm a piggyback off of what AP was saying. We were literally having a conversation within the community about each person's views. Just because we're black, we all think differently, right? And instead of us continuing that conversation that's needed, we took time aside to educate a 60 something year old woman, and no offense to her at all, no offense to Becca, no, I don't care about no y'all or however she says it, but we derailed from the conversation to educate someone. When what I was trying to say in the comments is that we need to focus on educating one another. And that's what the point was of this conversation, is what I thought. We were educating one another as black people within our community. And it seems like that always happens when
Well, it
a
was
white
both
team.
of them, but you're right. It where the conversation is both, because the white people are being allowed in black spaces,
And I
but
understand that.
they're being beat up about some of the things, like, oh, you can't do this, or you can't say this, or you can't do that. When some of the things that they're being told they cannot engage in, it's like that. It makes no sense. Like, what makes them not be able to engage because of the color of their skin? So it's both conversations, but we just stuck to one longer than the other. But
And
we
I
started.
respect that. I respect that. I understand that. I'm just getting at the fact that that conversation about y'all, and this is no offense to anyone in the panel, you Miss Netra at all, but to have a conversation about whether or not she should say y'all, and we are having a conversation about what basically having unity and allowing people in our spaces and being respectful in our spaces, and we divert that to have a conversation with this woman who, and I'm pretty sure she adores, this platform and you, Miss Netra, but it just seemed like it was so unnecessary. And I think that that's what happens a lot when I see people come up here. They want to come up and they want to praise the situation, and we appreciate the love, but that's not what we were here doing at the time. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna drop down. I just wanted to throw that out there. I just noticed that every time a YT person comes up, it seems like we get off focus, and the focus is on them, and that's just, it's a little odd to me. So I just felt like I just wanted to let that be known.
It's a bunch of
I don't
hurt
feel
people, and they still hurt behind some words. They still hurt behind some situations. It's old. Until it gets squashed,
I don't
it's
agree
just,
with it. I don't agree
it's
with what she
old. You know what
said.
I'm saying? Like, it ain't squashed yet. Like,
I don't agree
we
with
haven't
what she
we
just
haven't
said.
came together in unity at all with each other. Anyway, like, we only have like spots of unity. It's not a full app thing. It's still people that think somebody's racist, and it's still people that think somebody's cool, but it's not a full agreement with each other now. Like, we still holding on to old stuff.
Hey, Confident, can I say one thing before you go, real quick?
Hmm.
I promise it ain't gonna be long. Nitra, I 100% agree with what she just said, because it happens. It just happened. As soon as the white person wants to say something, oh, then all hell break loose, because whatever she said, I don't care what she said. She could have said hi and it would have been a problem, because they act like this is their house. I can understand. No, every white person is not welcome in my house, just like every black person is not welcome in my house. There are some that I wouldn't let on my front door, on my porch, just like there are some white people that I wouldn't let on my porch. But that's how life is, period. It doesn't not about the color, it's about the person. Because I grew up in the projects where the white boy had more street cred than I had. He grew up in the hood. He's from the hood. He is the hood.
Come
Does that
on
mean
now.
he's different now because he's white? No. He grew up in our community. He was a part of our community. His family was there with us. So how is it our community when it's only so-called black people, but we have whites that grew up right next door in the same buildings, right around the corner, and all that nonsense?
Make it make sense.
Because we cannot erase the racism that we experience.
We
We
understand
ain't
that,
That
but
is
when can we get
but
serious.
past it
hold on, can
though?
I say this,
I
Kevin?
just experienced it.
We ain't
I
experienced.
just experienced it
Oh
on
God, we
Friday.
Sweet Wolfie, we haven't experienced shit. Our
I
ancestors
did.
experienced. No,
When that white cop beat on my door and I grabbed my gun,
Okay, Sweet
I
Whoopi, can I have my
experienced it.
turn before you tell your
The blacks
Yes,
story?
do it too.
ma'am.
The
yeah,
black
Before you
go
cops
tell
beat
your
ahead,
on our
Council
story?
door.
Black.
Not like
Huh?
that, sir.
Can I tell my story before Sweet Wolfie tell about her experience? Because I'm gonna drop down. I just
Hey,
wanted to ask
Dexter.
y'all. First of all, hey y'all, YALL all caps. Hey y'all. I just want. What am I supposed to tell this little white lady that I call Granny, and she really my granny? Who is what I'm supposed to tell her? Because her favorite word is shit and y'all. So am I supposed to tell her she can't say y'all? Y'all get y'all ass over there and sit down. Y'all cut out all that noise because she been saying y'all all her life, but I ain't never know it was racist, and I don't think she knew that it was racist either. Because ain't nobody ever said nothing to her and told her that it was wrong. So what am I supposed to go tell her?
What you
I'm
tell
just
her
I'm
she didn't
asking the
know
black
it was
folks. I'm
racist
asking
when
the
Miss
black
Netra
folks.
said it
That's
was
what I'm
racist.
saying. Like,
Yes.
I have
This is what
never
you
heard
tell
that in
her.
my life.
You
Miss
tell
Netra
her
said it
that
was
there's
racist. It's
many
always been you people.
BLK that ain't
It's
daggone
always
traveled
been
around the
you people.
doggone world. That's
I
what
have
you
I'm
tell
never
not
her.
gonna
heard
tell
y'all
her
Tell them
say
to
that,
get
racist.
their
Peaches. That's
butts
bad
out and
advice.
travel.
That's bad advice, Peaches. I'm not gonna tell her that. Anybody else got some advice that I could use
No,
for the
what
I
I'm
little white
never
saying
lady?
is
heard
that's the
y'all
So
to
I'm
be
not
problem.
gonna
racist.
That's
tell
our
her that.
issue. We're not
I'm telling
traveling. We're
you,
not
I'm
getting
not.
around the
tell her to
world.
cuss
I'm
them out.
telling you're not traveling. That she's well traveled, and she's
No,
never
I'm
had
not
an
saying
issue.
her. I'm saying
Okay,
how she gets to understand
she don't need
how.
what you Peaches. Have you
Maybe
seen
I'm
my face?
misunderstanding what you're asking. I'm a
You
mute so you can.
misunderstand. You
Y'all
have
has
yeah.
never been
Y'all
racist.
have you seen
Y'all
my?
has
Have you
never been
seen?
racist.
God.
Y'all has never been racist. I am from Texas. We say y'all
Sweet
all day.
Wolfie,
Is the
can I
What I'm saying.
finish, please?
That little
I'm
bitch.
sorry.
You look at my face. She ain't never had a problem with any black people who she's ever been around saying y'all. She's well traveled. Y'all. What she will not say is you people. She would never talk to a group of black people and say you people, but y'all ain't never been an issue. She
I
is
agree with you, confident.
so
That's what I'm
I
saying.
but
She's
so
well
when I
traveled.
you so to say she hasn't been around, or I don't know. It seemed like you were insinuating she hasn't been around
No, I
you
think that's
know.
where we misunderstood each other. I wasn't saying she hasn't been around. She's well traveled.
Okay,
So
she was
you
the
live
only one
in
that I was
north,
talking
south,
about.
east, west, overseas, whatever. Your individual that you're talking about has been well traveled. So y'all is not racist to us. Me, you, anybody else, when you're well traveled, it's not racist to us. So that person that you're talking about, I think that's your grandmother, you said, it's
Hmm.
not racist to us.
Well,
But
no,
for
that's
the
but
other
it's
folks
not.
that says
See,
it
this
is,
is where it's getting confusing is too. See, I can understand back as confusion because you got some people saying it ain't, some people saying it. What the hell are they supposed to say? So so that leads me to say, like, am I supposed to go say, Grandma, you can't talk, no more. Don't say nothing else because you might run into some of these new folks who think y'all is racist. What the hell are they supposed to say?
We
Oh, they,
don't
they
know, but
can't
we
say
expect them to
nothing.
know.
They can't say nothing. And then who am I supposed to be friends with? I can't be friends with them. That means I got to disown my little grandmama, right? I can't be friends with them. I can't be friends with y'all because y'all wreak havoc, bring hell. And I ain't saying you. I'm saying y'all as in black people, us, me included in the y'all. Like we be like hell for each other. So who the hell am I? We just need to all just go and close the door and don't talk no more. Turn the app off. Don't say nothing to nobody. Don't look at nobody. Don't do nothing. If we can't talk to each other, we can't do nothing. We can't be friends with each other. We can't be friends with them. We can't. Everybody stay mad about something.
I
If you
know
got
y'all tripping.
if you
yeah,
got
you're
white
right,
grandkids,
confident.
then what you tell your white grandkids? They can't say y'all too. Like what the hell are we doing?
I agree with
Make
when you're
this
right,
make sense.
confident, because everybody in the future is going to be well, we're already biracial, but in the near future, if you really look at our daggone kids, they don't see race. A lot of them are interracial, period. So we need to stop this. And as Vice President said, we
Thank y'all for the
need to
gift.
move forward, period.
Yeah, if one of my grandkids run into one of y'all talking about they can't say y'all because one of them, look real not like me, right? It's gonna be a problem for y'all. It ain't gonna be no problem for her. I'm telling you, I will be old throwing hands, baby, for this grandchild, for these grandkids I got, because my grandchildren are mixed. and they ain't finna be around here. Can't talk to nobody because people got this in their head. Can't y'all you move forward with life. But anyway, y'all have a great night. I'm gonna be down there. I'm the one that come in the room and say, hey, y'all. If y'all don't like it, then the hell with you.
Period.
We love you, period, boo. Period.
That part,
Y'all, this
sis.
topic here done got out of ooh wee. So I'm gonna bring the next person up.
I got one thing, Miss Netra. I got one thing. Can we tap the screen to get to at least 350K?
Y'all, can we get to 350? Somebody told me because they do report my live. I saw somebody just a few minutes ago saying that they were reporting the live. So let's go.
Yeah, use people need to start tapping.
Y'all tap the screen.
You
We're
peoples.
gonna you people, Lord, if Kevin, you finna start some bull, Kevin.
Y'all
Um,
have a good night
Start
now. You
that
hear?
SHI, Kevin.
well, that's what I came
Well,
here.
you know,
If
even the
y'all
black
want
people
to say
say
so,
with each other, we
Okay, I'm
all
gonna
get
do one
offensive.
commercial. Y'all tap the screen, 350. 350. This your song. Yeah. From heaven and heaven. From sleeping in my car to heaven and heaven. Backstreet boy, really heaven. Yeah. Heaven and heaven. From sleeping in my car to heaven and heaven. I'm a real street nigga, never a devil in heaven. Backstreet boy, really heaven. Yeah. I'm sleeping in my car. Tap the screen, 350K. We're trying to get to a million before I go to bed. Help me reach my goal. Magic. Tap the screen, share the live. Help me reach my goal. And come in the box and let us hear from you. What's the point in having money if I can't spend it? What's the point in having money? I can't spend it with my dog. What's the point in having riches? I can't flip me. Yeah. How many of y'all feel like you lost but you gained again? What's the point in having money if I can't give it? What's the point in having money? I can't spend it. What's the point in having money? I can't give it to my dog. Flip it. What's the point of having it right if I can't get back anytime I lost? To lose is to gain. Grab a heart, show some love. Welcome to the team. I don't know what conversation we on right now, but yeah, having a habit. Having a habit. Thank you for the gifts, the love, the taps, the shares, and the follows. Yeah. Having and having. You went from having to having. Let that soak in. But anyway, back to the topic. We are talking tonight about whatever we talking about. Next caller.
Talk about Miss Netra.
um,
Ooh,
I
girl,
got
this
something
is
to
good
talk
to
about.
me.
So by your
Grab a heart,
name,
show some
y'all,
love.
there is a heart. By Miss Netra's name, there is a heart. That gets her on the FYP pages. That get her on the league, all the rest. Can y'all please do me a favor? It only costs 1 cent. Can y'all please grab some heart, show some love, welcome to the team. And your stalker is stalking your ass. Okay, I'm dropping back down to the comments because that
She
stalker
loved
is on
me.
my
She
daggone
loved
nerves.
me. She loved me. I ain't even said her name, but we know she here. Period. Poo. This is good. Next caller. Let's go.
um, so I just came up here really quick, right? So there are, I don't know if I have to disclose
Ooh,
it. I
grab a
don't
girl,
really
show
care.
some love.
I'm a white woman, whatever. There are certain topics that white people should and should not be a part of at the end
Who
of
is
the
that
day.
talking? Grab a heart, show some love.
My name is Ashley. Hi,
Okay, hi
everybody.
Ashley. Welcome to the
Hi,
live.
Miss Nietzsche. I watch you every day. I watch you all the time. Every time you're live, I'm here. I just
Thank
don't say
you.
much.
Thank
Um,
you.
but I just, at the end of the day, like, there are certain conversations that white people should and should not be a part of and insert themselves into. The conversation the other day, that white woman had no right to get up in that panel. There were people in that panel that were already saying what she was saying, so I 100% agree, right? But there are conversations and there are educational lives. Not saying, over there on that side, like go on that side. No. But there are people and there are times to be educated, and getting up in a panel when people are, or when black people are talking about black issues, that is not the time for us to get up in that panel and try to say our opinion, or be educated, or they're talking about their own issues in their own community, and that has nothing to do with us at the end of the day. Um, at like I feel like there are certain topics and certain things that we can and cannot put our 2 cents in. Now, if people are talking about interracial relationships, and that has to do with you, great. As a straight cis woman, I'm not going to get on a panel with LGBT people and try to tell them my experience. That's not for me, right? Especially if they're talking about issues that have to do within their own community. I have nothing to say. Why am I going to get up on a panel of black people that are talking about black issues, and they're talking about their experience with their black men or their black women? Why am I going to get on the panel and try to insert myself? That just, it makes no sense to me.
Actually, I
Um,
disagree with what you're saying. I'm just going to let you know I totally disagree.
I
yeah,
totally agree with what you're saying, Ashley. I totally
So
agree.
you disagree with
why
what
do
she's
you?
saying that our
Yeah, why do you
conversations are
disagree?
not for them?
Well, I disagree with this particular conversation. See, we can't make it for the masses. That's why I disagree. I disagree because it was about On Purpose. On Purpose started some stuff on purpose. She got on there, she dogged black men, she made subliminal messages on that woman's panel. And when she did that, a couple people on there were trying to check her in a very calm, collective way, because that's what we do sometimes, as our community does. However, she was getting so upset because she is raising a BLK individual. So she jumped up there and said, "Hold on, are y'all not checking this? Because this is not about y'all's whole community. This is about this woman right here.
People
We
doing it
were not
already,
checking her in the route
and
that
Miss
she
T
needed to be
already
checked."
made
And
it
this is
in
why I'm going to
general.
say that it wasn't in the route she needed to be checked. Because then she turned around after Diamond's Live ended, brought her little boat scooting, motor scooting tail over here to Miss Netra, and Miss Netra read her for motor scooting filth and told her who she was, told her how to fix herself,
See,
and
and
told
then
her what she
bringing you
needs to
right
do.
back.
That is what happened. And when she received that, that's when she realized it wasn't a whole panel. It was one or two people that let her know that she did not love herself. She didn't know herself. She didn't take accountability for herself. And she
Switch
needed to see
pages,
and
baby. Come
understand.
back. Switch pages. Okay, come on back. Because we up for it.
So,
Yeah, I'm
did you
rotating the
see
boxes, but if
her?
I rotate, you get back in line because I
Sorry.
want you to come back up. You're making a conversation be a conversation. Go ahead, Ashley.
So,
This
did
is
you
good to
see
me.
her
This is
live?
good to me.
Did you see when she was in Diamond's life today? Are you saying that they were treating her with too much care? They weren't checking her with in the right
I
way?
seen when the initial reaction happened. And
Well,
so when I seen the initial, so basically, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. She came over there on purpose to cause Diamonds Live some damn chaos, and she did what she went out to
100%.
do. Okay, and so
100%.
when so
Mhm.
the same thing she came over here and said at Miss Netra's Live. She said, "Black, I love daggone smexing black men. Black men are only good for one or two things, because if not, they're going to be in jail, whatever, 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 right?" Then she
she
turned
said
around and
basically
said,
black man just good for the pipe, white man good for the money.
exactly. And
That's what
that's
she
what
said.
she said when she came over here
Uh-huh.
also. And I clocked it when she came over here. I was like, is that the same woman from Black Diamonds Live? But I didn't even have to come up on the panel. I didn't have to say anything, because when she did it, the people on the panel were not like the people on the panel at Black Diamonds Live. Miss Netra grabbed a hold of her, grabbed her by her daggone motor scooting collar, and said, "Get your little butt over here. Let me tell you something." That's how it should have been done by our BLK community. That white woman wouldn't have never came up to Diamonds Live if our BLK community would have grabbed her by her daggone collar, cussed her daggone tail out, and told her what she needed to do to be right. That is what I'm saying.
I disagree. I believe that that
And you
white
can
woman should
disagree,
have
but
known
I
her
agree.
place and known not to get up there and insert herself in a conversation that had nothing to do with us.
I
Go
agree
ahead,
That white
Bryson.
lady
wholeheartedly.
should have known better.
Nitra, I just want to speak to one thing really fast. I don't want to give
Yes,
on
Shell, and
purpose.
then
I
we'll hear
don't.
from Bryson. Go ahead, Shell.
Okay. Hey Bryson. Hey panel. Everybody. I
Thank you,
don't want.
Ashley, y'all.
I don't want to give on purpose too much more attention. I feel like she's gotten plenty, but I do want to say, I think that our youth in the Black community
I think that our
trying are trying to stand for something great, right? I really do. But I also think that you have to be very careful when you start to cross the line of extremism, and I'm not sure that they even realize, but a lot of the things starts to turn toward extremism, right? Blatant racism is blatant racism. We can all recognize it. I would hope we can all recognize it. So if you see blatant racism, you check it right then, and you do what you need to do. But when people are trying to be involved and be a part of, just to say that, oh no, you don't belong, to now do the exact same thing that our ancestors fought for and start to exclude and start to build that barrier that's been partially broken down. It ain't completely broke, right? So don't mince my words. But as the bricks are tumbling, who are we to start to build them back up? That is the part that confuses me.
Amen.
And I see the comments, some going both, some going. It's just the way you believe in life is what I believe. Thank y'all for the gifts and love.
With all
Tap
due
the
respect,
screen,
but
help
don't
me get to
everybody want to
350.
integrate?
Well, my thing is this: when you look at the comments, that's why I never ever turn off my comments, because the comments basically almost make up the live when you have a conversation. So you have to get into it. When you look at the comments, it's a 50-50 almost all the time. Some believe in it, some don't. So it just depends on what you believe in. I'm almost like Shell. I see Alexandria. Hey, Alexandria. I really
And
think Alexandria is a very swift, educated, young, black female.
I do.
But I do, hold on, y'all, let me give me 2.2. But I do know that some of Alexandria beliefs and mine are not the same. But you have to look at it. I'm damn near 50. She is in her 20s. She's not going to see it like I see it, and that is okay. But the thing is to agree to disagree. It doesn't mean that Alexandria does not have good pointers where her words or her advice cannot work in her generation. I think that it's no more, this is just me, there's no more the older generation reaching out to the younger because the beliefs are not the same. We have to stay on the buck with what we believe in, and they're pulling their generation. And that's just what I'm looking at. That's what I see on TikTok, is that everybody is in their own area of life. Our beliefs are where they are. We were raised like we believe, and this is just the way it is. So now we're up in a conversation that seems like it's up for debate when it's really not. It's just, how were you raised? And that's my 2.2. Go ahead, Sweet Wolfie.
No, I mean, I like respect. I like the respect of the panel. I love y'all guys because I don't agree with everything y'all saying, but it's no hate. I don't have no hate for what y'all saying, and I could be around. But I do believe in having a safe space, and I do feel comfortable being around my people. I do believe in my people. Now, I do be around the whitey or others, but I don't feel as comfortable around them as I do. And and it's on, especially on this side of this app, I see us attacking. When it comes to us, y'all would attack me, but if I was one of the white tea, y'all would try to educate me. Yeah, we don't show the same grace. We don't. And Who want to educate a white person after work hours or all day? I ain't come to TikTok for that either. So I can respect. I mean, I respect them, but I feel comfortable around my people. I feel myself around my people.
Miss Sweet Wolfie, we have those same discussions and debates trying to educate our black people after we had a long day at work. So what is the difference?
We attack our black people when we disagree with our black people.
But what I'm saying is some of those lives they're trying to educate and give their points to prove one side versus the other, which is the same thing. That's still a form of educating that person. It may be in a debate, not so polite way, but that's exactly the same thing that they're trying to do.
And they have some good points. But my point is, we don't show the same when it comes to a black person that just want to be around their black people. We attack them. Oh, and then when a white person come up here and they can say the slightest of the wrong thing, oh, you can't say that. We're gonna have to show you how to say it. We
I
do
agree.
not have the same grace. We
I
don't.
agree. I totally agree.
I'm with
But
you
we
when you're
just
right.
did that.
We just
I
said
just
that.
saw that in the comments when Miss Shell just spoke that our ancestors were fighting for equality, inclusion, and all of that, and it
Not
was
all our ancestors was fighting
refuted.
to be with them. Some of our ancestors was fighting for us to just survive.
Well, that's a part of human rights as well, though. Equality, that's a part of being equal and treated equally and fair. So those things are the same, but we want to pick and choose what we feel or some feel is most important to them at that moment. But all of it applies at the same time. She just didn't go as in depth on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's still the same thing. I agree with her and the young lady, Miss Alexandria, that both were fighting for the same thing.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm
And,
with you when you're right. This is
and,
good to me.
and Sweet Wolfie, I've been in panels with you on the other side of TikTok, and
I
you
told you
see,
don't tell these people.
I ain't gonna tell them, but man, we seen it firsthand how some YT people would attack us. That's what I'm saying. If they blatantly racist, we call their ass out for what it was that day when that woman came on that panel. She wasn't a blatant racist woman. She came up there to actually defend us. So I wanted to make sure that she was heard from she's taking up for us when we are sitting here coddling a black woman that came on the panel to degrade us like completely. She
I'm
was
with you when
spinning
you're right.
narrative and so many people was in Diamond's live that day. And let the wrong people hear this. That's why on the other side of TikTok, certain rhetorics are ran like that. That black men ain't nothing. That they're only good for a certain thing because people like on purpose and the things that people that on purpose say it. And that's the only thing I was trying to do. Clock it. I was dead wrong for going off on everybody on there because I looked at the tapes and Alexandra and whoever that else was, they were defending black people, but it was a low tone. That's why I didn't hear it and I didn't pick up on it. It wasn't like straight dropping her. She should have been dropped immediately talking like that about us. And that's what triggered me because I'm not like that. My brothers aren't like that. My son is not like that. We're not like that. And for you to put this type of rhetoric out there about people like me, especially me, because I was the target at that moment, and every other black man, it was detrimental. And that's what I was trying to say. That's why I got absolutely mad about the whole situation.
And my thing is this. Can let's, which I know a lot of people are because we're here, we're at the bridge across over. We're crossing over to the other side. This white woman came up and she got on purpose ass. I didn't know purpose at the moment. We had a privilege, if you want to say, of meeting purpose later that afternoon, and she ran the story down by us. As Peaches stated earlier, when I heard what she had to say about the black man and how she belittled the black man, I got in her ass to a certain degree. I didn't turn up. But I remember her saying, "So you're calling me trash?" The next day, I think at another live where she was up telling the same story, might have been the same day, but she said I called her trash because I asked her, "What are you going to teach and show your son as a black man?" So again, I asked the question, take the race away from the woman that spoke to another black woman. Would it have been a problem if I said you're at the bottom of the barrel? Because see, I told her it was trashy. And she said, "You're calling me trash?" Well, shit. You're telling me that a black man ain't good for nothing but his dingaling. And she said the word, D-I-C, put the other letter. To me, that's trash. What's the difference? And what the white woman said and me calling her trash. Thank y'all for the magic. We're making it. I'm outside on break. So what is the difference in a black woman saying she trash and a white woman saying she at the bottom of the barrel? A
Because Miss
barrel is
Netra knew that
trash.
that white lady already called her the bottom of the barrel. So Miss Netra was like, "Bitch, you trash," and she was.
But I didn't know until tonight that the white woman called her bottom of the barrel. Let me
Oh,
make that clear. I did not know
but you
that.
see
I
my
just
point when
heard
you
it
was
tonight.
addressing her.
But let me say this. I'm just saying the difference in what we pick and choose to make a battle. I called her trash. Trash is a barrel. The way she was talking about the black man and saying she had a black son and she only brought the black man around, but the white man was used for his money. The black man used for his sex. A white woman said it's bottom of the barrel. A black woman said it's trash. Make me know the difference in them. Somebody.
Miss
Can I
Netra,
ask,
Wasn't a difference. It
can
was
it's
I
just
not.
ask a
different color.
question? Can I ask a question? Did the woman, when she told that lady she was at the bottom of the barrel, did she tell her that because that was her opinion of her as an individual, or did she tell her that because she was speaking to her because she was a black woman? I think you're the bottom of the barrel because you're a black woman,
It
or
was
I think you're
individual. It
Because
was
as a
Individual
woman,
individual
because of
person.
what she said
it was
about the
as a
black
exactly.
man.
woman.
So that's how you, to me, you address it accordingly, right? It just some of the young people's views, like you said, Alexandria is extremely intelligent and a lot of her views are very on point, but I feel like some people, and Alexandria sometimes as well, and I would love for her to come up because I would love to talk to her and ask her some questions, but the fact of the matter is some of their views and values are bordering along the lines of segregation.
It
It's
is.
almost like you're pushing a narrative to go back to segregation. That's what it appears to be, just from some of the comments that I see and the way
I
some
agree.
people are approached.
That's exactly what it is. And you know something else? Although she did was defending black people, but soon as the tables turned, she was worse than the YT lady who lied on Emmett Till and said he whistled at her. She went on a campaign speech to lie on me and say I threatened to pew pew somebody, her at the gala. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. You
But
you sit
Bryson,
here take up for a black you sitting here taking up for a black man, but then you go on a campaign speech for a whole week and lie in 4K. She didn't get nothing confused. Trust me, they added the pew pew in that shit.
but Bryson, the
Yes,
panel
ma'am.
at that time, because I was there in the comments, the panel at that time was hot. You couldn't hear nobody.
No, you couldn't. But how did
You
she
couldn't
hear
hear
that?
nobody.
How did she hear
But
that, lady?
but how
Lady
can
J?
you say she didn't think she heard that?
She was the only one that heard that, and she went on to tell people
But
that
did she apologize to you for that?
I don't want her apology. I don't need her apology. I apologize to the whole panel for
Oh,
cussing their ass
Jamaica,
out.
be careful. You were doing good, Jamaica, but don't bring up Donald Trump, baby. We're not, hey, don't bring up Trump. We're not talking politics. We're talking something totally different. Keep it cute in the comments, but don't get too pretty. Tap the screen. Let's get up to 400K. I'm working on a milli before I go to bed. Help me reach my live goal.
But I'm finna say this.
And this is an adult conversation. If this conversation is triggering to you and you can't make it through, especially the comment section where don't nobody know who you are, please leave the live. But if you're open enough to have a vocal voice upstairs, thank you for participating. But keep it cute to the ones that never make it to the box. Period. Go ahead.
Jill, I love you. Don't hate me, but we are still segregated. We are still segregated. We just accept it or tolerate it.
I don't believe it.
I
Yeah,
do.
I can't
When
agree
I
either.
go when I go
I don't.
places,
I don't believe that.
I agree with that. We are,
In
but guess
certain
what?
we still
states, yes.
segregated. I'm in
We allow
Houston.
that though.
I
We
was gonna
allow
say
it just like we
Correct,
do on the
Kevin.
platform.
Correct.
a lot of it is, yeah, by choice. I would say. I don't think
Exactly.
that.
It is.
Yeah.
Because and I say that because okay, we argue amongst ourselves, but we can't accept an apology from our own people, but they apologize to us sometimes and we can't accept an apology from them. So who are we supposed to accept an apology from?
I think we all as a race have experienced racism in some form or fashion.
Correct.
I will not put one person's racism on the entire race. I'm with Miss Netra. I will be remember this date, August 13th. I will be 50 and I still have a baby face and my black don't crack. Um and growing up as an athlete, I had my village, but I also had that YT village. And growing up playing sports, I never went hungry. I never went without. My village and them YT people helped me along the way. And when I got recruited in college, it wasn't a black woman that recruited me. I had a lot of YT coaches recruiting me. And
Exactly.
when I went to finally, my mother, I'm the first in my family to have received a scholarship, go to college. I had no idea growing up because no one taught me that, oh, there's a Division One and two and three. I turned down Division One scholarships because I was like, I need to be close to my mom. No one told me, girl, get that Division One scholarship because you're going to come out of school debt free. But when my mom didn't know what to do as far as me getting recruited, she put me in the hands of a YT woman that cared about me. And that YT woman got me to a school that she knew I was going to be taken care of and I was going to get the education that I needed. So together, they got me where I went. And now I'm able to come back and educate our Black youth and letting them understand the difference. So I'm not going to put it on all races. We need each other to continue to grow in this country because we came in with disadvantages. Our people built this country and still have the disadvantage and have always had a disadvantage under all other races. We've always been on the bottom of the totem pole. And the only way we can elevate is by helping each other, one, and also allowing those that are not racist, that do support us, allowing them to support us. And I'm going to drop so somebody else can come in the box.
This is
Love
good to
y'all.
me. Y'all tap the screen. I have to do Kevin's job because y'all don't see Kevin
Tap the
engaged
screen.
as much. But my bro is engaged, so y'all tap the screen, share out the live, turn the live, turn the live. We are in a grown up conversation. If you're not able to handle it, please exit. We have not heard from Bianca. We have not heard from Aunt Tracy. So we do want to hear from those two people, and then we're here and rotate the panel. And we have one more guest downstairs. Thank y'all for being here. Help me reach my live goal. We're not accepting any cash apps right now, but I am accepting the gift. So if you will continue to help me reach my goal, I would appreciate it. Go ahead, Miss Bianca.
Hi, thank you. So I'm kind of new to the platform and whatnot, but I've kind of been in the comments and bypassing. But my take on everything is definitely not gonna say we do not have
Thank you,
racism
Yogi.
still. Um, Definitely we know it's still vibrant in the community or whatnot. However, we can't just sit here and put it on every single person and that victim mentality or my ancestors and this. Like a lot of people have said, I take it as individual. I know a lot of YT people. I grew up around a lot of YT people. Have them in my family. Have a lot of interracial cousins. Just like I have a lot of LGBTQ plus all alphabets. So my understanding and my acceptance have come because I've always been around it. Now those individuals that are race are aces then yes, we treat them accordingly. But just like there's not all bad cops, there's not all bad white people, Hispanics, Arabs, because they get it too. So we have to take it for the individual. And if white women,
Is it just me and something going on?
I think she
but
lost signal.
I was like basically a disgrace. Or I was a disgrace, sorry, or
Y'all
I
text.
was less than a kind of a black woman because I, dated a white man. Just because I, loved who I love or want to be who I want to be with. So, but if I can't get that from my black community, then why not go out and search? Now, I love my black men, but still, it shouldn't be about the color for every single thing. It should be about, like I said, the community and definitely protect. Yes, they should not have input on every single thing as far as what we experience as a black community, but we can't just gatekeep everything and just say, oh, because you're not of our color, you can't have an opinion. Because that we're basically doing what we're saying they do. Like I said, I love everybody. I don't care you black, purple, green. Love who you love. Do what you want to do. Be with who you want to be with, and we all respect each other. I think we'll do better because also as a black community, we do target ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. We pew pew and unalive ourselves every single day. But we want to gatekeep what someone else is doing, and we barely gatekeep our own community. So if we can come together for that, then I think we can start getting somewhere. And like you all said, the whole world is about to be interracial. We got to accept what it is. But, I love y'all. Thank you for the time. And that's really all I had to say.
Hold on, before you go, Miss Bianca.
Baby, this is good to
Someone said
me.
that you said a slur. I know that it's probably a slang to you, but could you correct it for them because you do love all people? I just want to.
What slur did I
Yeah, she
say?
said a lot. So what did she say wrong?
She said Arab, and they just want you to say it correctly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm sorry. Okay. So what is the
You want to say
correct
it for me?
terminology?
See, that's part of it right there. Trying to correct someone's speak. That's how she said it. It
No.
is what it is.
Right.
It
Right.
wasn't
I mean, because
disrespectful.
yeah, but what is the correct?
Like
That's
that's
how
kind of reaching.
I always.
I
Right. That's
say
how we've
A-Rod.
always said it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I'm definitely willing to learn about any culture. But
I say A-Rob. How
typically
you supposed to
that's
say it?
how we.
E-Rob? Or what?
I don't
Like,
know because I said like her. I'm just reading. I'm just saying. Be
It's
saying this
Arab, but
educational
she said
moment.
Okay,
Arab.
I'm sorry, Arab. Okay, because they're Arabic.
Herb.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Herb.
So,
Okay,
okay,
thank you.
Arab. Okay, Arab. So sorry, you taught me something. Okay, or Arabic. Okay, okay. So derived from Arabic. Okay. Sorry, in the black community, like you said, we say Arab. Sorry. I love them no matter what. Okay, I never, discriminate against them because we know they were discriminated against a lot because of what happened on 9/11, and everybody was in the midst of hating them. But thank you for the education. I will, say it correctly going forward.
So let me
Arab.
ask you,
Sorry.
what's wrong? So I'm getting a little bit confused why she can't say Arab or Habib or whatever. What's the issue with that?
I Yeah, I guess because it's Arabic,
Their community deem it
but
as
I
a
didn't.
slur.
You say
Their
what?
community deem it as a slur. It's a
oh,
slur in their head. They feel like it's a slur. It hurts them when they say it.
So we just had a whole conversation about certain words, people being able to say what they want to say pretty much. And so now it's
Yeah,
a problem with her saying Arab. Y'all kind of see what I'm saying? Like, I
It's
don't
one thing
understand.
when she's among her people, but if she love them and she do go around them, you don't want her just disrespecting them and not knowing it.
Well, I'm saying if her folks, if everybody she's around, like y'all was telling me, everybody say around, most people say y'all or you all or you people, and they're cool with that. Kind of like Kevin was pointing out, black folks, people hang around each other and they say the Nigga word, even though some people they let white folks say Nigga.
So if we're going, we can't censor only the black people, and then whenever it comes to us finding words triggering, we be like, oh no, let's just all say it. No, I don't see nothing wrong with Arab.
You wasn't a slave.
Like I
Yeah,
mean,
and like I said,
Chinese. I say,
they haven't
I mean,
corrected me when I said it to them. But like I said, I accept education no matter who it comes from, even if you're not Arab and you're correcting me. But I have said it around them, and like I said, because they know my heart. It's like if you know where the person's coming from, you're not gonna say, "Oh, it's a slur" or this. It's only if you're making that that issue. But
well,
like I said, I accept it and I respect it, and I will say it correctly going forward. Sorry.
I just want to know why I was discriminated against on coming up. I wasn't gonna say that out the way.
not.
So everybody quiet.
Ain't no, but who gonna let you up?
I'm over here listening, baby. I was waiting on everybody else's
He
response.
said you discriminated against
Yeah,
him,
I
and
was I
so
was discriminated against twice on this topic.
Against who?
by
Me,
you.
Duffy, I tried to come up twice, and they purposely ignored me. All I wanted to say was, black people need to get it together. We'll never be on one accord. We'll never be
They gonna
power
be mad
unit.
at you for saying it, Duffy.
That's okay. It's the truth, though. We can't even decide what words to
Oh,
say or not to
y'all
say.
tap the screen, 450K.
We
Tap,
we
tap, tap, tap,
we
tap. Go
we,
ahead,
we can't
Neptune.
we can't even decide on what words to say or not to say. And people can shake their head all they want to. I'm telling the truth, and you know it. We don't like each other. We they think we the bottom of the barrel, and quite frankly, I believe that we think that we are the bottom of the barrel as well, based on how we treat each other, based on how we dismiss each other, degrade each other. Is the proof is in the pudding. This is why a lot of people disassociate themselves from the black community. This is why we have so many quote unquote Uncle Toms and you know people who just are ashamed to be black and subscribe more to the white community, YT community. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, Pusha, why don't you come up and explain yourself? Because I'm confused on the question you asked me as well. Miss Toya B.
When we always talk in general, I always think like it start with the person in the mirror. It start with yourself. It start with your home. It's what you raised and what you put out there. That's what make the community, and that's what make people out there in the streets or whatever. How you interact with other people. So when we always talk about the black community, it's the people you attract around you. You choose the people around you. I don't get it how y'all can just say to generalize a whole community, and we're not even like that as a
Well,
whole.
I'm bringing
Hey,
people up
look at
that's
this.
down there.
but
Kevin
sweet,
called somebody
sweet
out, and
Wolfie,
I'm
I
bringing them
also,
up.
oh, I'm sorry, Nitra. Sweet Wolfie, I also think we have to be careful. I think ideologies is, we were all raised in a certain household, raised with certain beliefs, right? But I think as we start to get older, you start to align with certain ideologies that we just have to be very careful about. Aligning with a certain ideology is okay, but just like to my initial point, and then I'm going to drop, when something becomes extreme, right? When you start to use the terms all this or all of that, or you people this or you people that, then you're bordering the line of extremism. So it's okay to align with a certain ideology, that's fine. But when it gets to the point to where it becomes, there's an exception to every rule in every walk of life. So I just want to land my plane with saying we just have to be careful when we get borderline extremism.
Extremism is how we got here.
So the reason why I said that it's not so if you call me, right, pumpkin, and my name is Toya, I have a right to tell you no, sir, that offends me. I choose for you not to call me sweetheart, pumpkin, or anything. So I have a right to tell you because that's me. If a community of people don't want you to say something to them, Even if you have no skin in the game because it's not your community, you know what I mean? What does it cost you not to call them Redskins? They want to be called indigenous. So if you accept that from yourself, like if they can call you, oh, here come the blacks, it's a negative connotation that goes with it. Okay? I'm gonna get to your point. I'm talking to Mr. Kevin. Okay? So that's why I said no, it's not that you can't do that, because every community holds things sacred. And the first thing is they don't want to be called like boy or the blacks or this or that. If they say I don't want to, it's just easy. Just don't do it. Now, to Mr. I think Duffy, your point is this. Okay, so here's the thing. We are the only community that buys into that rhetoric. You do not hear that in the Asian community. You do not hear that in any other community because it was designed that way. So YT people hurt YT people. You can scroll down this app and see all YT panels and all YT platforms being totally disrespectful to each other, being so nasty, but yet their schools are not underfunded like ours is, because they have convinced us that until we do everything right, they can't help us. And we bought into it. It's called proximity crime. So if you live around 20,000 black people, you know who's going to rob your house? Most likely a black person, because that's who you surround yourself around. White tea people rob white tea houses. This is not a hard concept. It's really not. But it is what they designed us to believe about ourselves, because here's the thing, right? If I can keep you, if I can change your mind about how you look at your very own people, you will never elevate. You understand? You will never expect more. You will never fight for more. Okay? White people kill white people, black people kill black people, or unalive, I'm sorry. It just is what happens. You're in their proximity, Mr. Duffy. That's it. Now, yes, hold on, let me finish, because I'm going to land my plane and go to bed. Literally, some of the best men that I've seen, right? Men who that break every stereotype cannot shake these white man's talking points. You have a wife that I would assume that you love. You are a protector, a provider. You do everything for her, right? But they tell you that no, you're not in the home, right? I'm just going to assume that as my brother, you don't have a slew of babies running around here, because statistically, black men are in the home more than any other people on this planet. But that's not what they show you. That's not what they see. That's not what they show you. And so then instead of you being a proud person and bigging up, we get on these posts with 500 something people watching, and it is a piss poor frog that doesn't praise its own pond. I am never going to feed into the stereotypical talking points of somebody that don't look like me. Never. I'm going to protect black men at all costs, because I see what y'all do out there. I see it.
Okay,
you must be at the wrong panel, because we don't go by what society wants us to believe.
At all. I'm going off disappointment. What I'm saying is what I said. No, she going off what I said. What I was saying was I'm speaking out of disappointment. We are the most breachable people that it is. We are the most easy to deceive that it is.
How are you saying that?
Listen, because it's the truth. Look
Buffy,
how
are you in the
we
Y'all
can't
house?
even decide.
let him say something.
We
Let
can't
him say
even
something.
decide on what words not to use or what to use.
Because
This is what I'm
listen,
saying. We can't even. We're arguing about the most minute things.
no, listen.
We are
So do you
debating
not
about the
think that
most
that
minute
happens in
things. See, you talking while I'm
anybody
talking. I let
else's?
you talk. I sat there and was submissive to you. So
Toya,
you
let
let
him
me
finish,
speak.
then you can respond, sweetheart,
Listen,
okay?
Yeah. I submitted by not talking while you were talking. You understand that? Because you seem pretty smart. What I'm saying is, I'm just disappointed in the black community. That's all. Especially on how we handle things, especially how we let people breach us and come into us and infiltrate and just get us a spot, a high spot in our communities. It's easy, man. It's easy. The Willie Lynch letter is reigns true still to this day. Dark skin against light skin, old against young, man against woman. It's listen, it's evident to this day. And I'm not trying to be funny. To this day, just like the boy said, the boxer said, to this day, we still are under that letter. So what I'm saying is let white people come in and do and say whatever they want to. It don't matter anyway. We don't individuals, we are okay. I'm doing pretty good for myself as an individual. Kevin's probably doing good for himself as an individual. Everybody's doing pretty decent for themselves as individuals.
Better
But as
say
a
my
unit,
name.
say that again.
Say my name. I'm doing good, honey. The
Okay,
real purpose
Peaches
was
is doing
infiltrating.
well. Peaches is doing well. But what I'm saying is, as a unit, we can't even agree. We can't even agree. And how can 2 or 3 or 4 walk together except they agree? We don't agree on nothing. So it
can I
is what it is.
respond?
And you can be mad. If you're
I'm
gonna
not
be
mad.
mad at my stance, then guess what? Change it.
Hey,
Or
Mr.
just go ahead
Duffy,
and wallow in your madness.
no, I won't never do that because I don't. You made my point. You made my point, and you don't even see it. You said the Willie Lynch letters. Who wrote it? Who wrote it?
Willie Lynch.
I'm
And what
gonna
is
assume
he?
that that's a rhetorical question, and
Who?
I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
answer
no.
it.
I'm asking you that question because you and I are having dialogue, right? So you
But
put
I'm
some stuff
saying
out
that
there.
the question is almost insulting to my intelligence. So I'm going to
I'm not
assume that it's a
insulted.
no. Listen to me. I'm going to
He's trying to make
assume
a
that it
point.
is a question that's a
Oh,
rhetorical one, and we know who wrote the letter.
so
Hence the name Willie
so
Lynch.
you're getting that like I feel like, and I don't want to. I don't want to
Well,
sit.
it's
I've
your
never had
tone
no
that you
bad.
came in with. The tone that you came in with in the comment section is what I'm trying to explain to you. Is this is why you have this tone from me. You didn't come in with a
First,
peaceable tone.
first of all, I don't know. That's how you read it. That's how you read it. Because I would never. First of all, I would never disrespect Miss Nitra's comment section, and I would not come up in a box and disrespect any black man as I'm trying to uplift the black man. That's just silly. That's how you read it. Okay. Now, and I'm not going to apologize for it because I know that I wasn't coming any type of way. So I'm going to say that I'm going to move past it because you're offended by the rhetorical question. But not everybody knows about the Willie Lynch letters. So again, these letters were written by a white man. How come you don't see the stuff that happens in these communities? Because it's by design. And so as long as we as a people keep feeding into it, we will
Wait,
always.
hold on. I got a question. Was it
Okay,
just
Miss
written by
Peaches.
the white man, or was it written by the white man and the chattel slavery? I'm just curious.
If y'all know the answer, just tell us, dog. I'm just playing.
Both
But this is where
of
we
them.
have a disconnect at because we want to take pieces of it when it fits the narrative that we're trying to speak on versus the entirety of its letter.
Right, right.
Let me ask you a question. And then I'm gonna leave this because um I don't know. When you are like disciplining a child, right? and I'm just using this analogy, do you try to give them more positive
Where is it?
reinforcement, like, yo, you really did good on that, I really appreciate you, right? Or do you say to them, now look at everything that you did today, that was so stupid, this and that? We would go with the more positive, right? And so what I'm saying is that there are so many talking points that weren't originally ours. And there's a mindset that was given to us that says that we have to do all of these things because no other race of people are doing them. You have to do all of these things until we can really come in and help you. You have to do all, and I'm just saying, that's not how it works. It just doesn't work, and we are the only community that buys into such rhetoric. Now, again,
I disagree with you.
I get it, and I'm sorry for it.
Well, other communities have the same. They buy into it as well, just from a different form, because we're not in their space. We're not in their everyday conversations to hear their entire rhetoric that they speak and spew. But they do the exact same thing as every other community that I'm aware of that has the same type of issues. Theirs is just handled differently, I guess, if you want to call it that way. But I want to ask you one question, Miss Toya. This is not to come at you. Just want to know, because you came at me, not come at me, but you was questioning about someone calling me black or something like that.
I said the blacks.
The blacks. But I'm of the mindset that words and shit like that don't bother me. It don't offend me. They can say whatever they want. Because I know how to ignore ignorance and keep it pushing. Now, if it becomes personal and they're purposefully trying to come at me and attack at me, that's totally different. And I say that to say this because even on this app, people are so quick to tell someone about some pronouns and different things like that. But then when you see them, they're doing the exact same thing that you call them, but yet they want to say you're doing something wrong or offensive towards them. Why do we get so offensive over words and things of...
Because I think that it's a matter of microaggression. Like, instead of you saying, oh, here comes a group of people, you have to, you know what, okay.
You're assuming it's microaggression, or you know it to be that?
But, so here's, I don't know.
Sounds like assumption. Sounds like
I was just asking. I'm just curious. Just
I
At this
will
point,
because I want to know.
at this point, I don't know how to explain this, because if you feel like that they are okay to just come in and say things and you just ignore it, because usually microaggressions lead to, you know, bigger aggressions, and it snowballs, right? And so I feel like, and then next thing you know, you're dealing with an avalanche, and so I just don't deal with it. But I mean, I appreciate y'all having me up on the panel, Mr. Duffy. I apologize to you. No, I'm not gonna apologize to you. Shit, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I didn't come down here.
You good. Don't worry
I
about it.
didn't, you know, come up to be disrespectful to anybody. Yeah, I'm coming down there. Uniquely me. Again, it's just
You did good. I appreciate
poor,
it.
I appreciate you coming
it's a
up,
piss
but
poor
can I ask you
crowd
a
that
question
doesn't.
before you go? Because you seem very intelligent, extremely intelligent, and that's why I want to ask you these questions. So you talked about, you know,
And just to know that you did okay, you're okay. You're okay.
yeah. But do you know when it came to the Lynch Project, it said both must be crossbred to produce a variety and division of labor. Both must be taught to respond to particular new language. Psychological and physical instructions of containment must be created for both. That's how you make a slave. There's a couple more, but I'm not going to read them all off. And so when we talk about the diversity and the division of labor, they started breeding with us all in order to make, and that's why I keep saying the evolution of how we cannot go back. We must move forward. If we keep bringing up what our ancestors fought for, because my father, I just went on leave I keep saying leave like I'm still in the military. I just went on a vacation and my father was talking to me in the car and he said that he ended up getting his license because they told him he was going to be a driver at the age of 13, 14. I didn't know what that was. I don't even know what the word he used. I'm going to say a driver. That was the only way he can get his license. And I was just like, what? I said, so they had to make out that you were a slave driver in order to get your license, but you were fighting for Vietnam. He was like, yeah, I just came back from Vietnam, and that's how I ended up, before I went to Vietnam, and that's how I came back with Vietnam in order to get my license. So if you really think about these things, and I understand what our history is history. I live for the present day, and I live for our future. My future is looking at all these kids when I go to these schools. All of them look biracial. All of them just about. I see a couple of BOK kids. I see a couple of YT kids. And there's a couple of YT kids that are from a racist community. But those grandparents had to accept them because you're going to
Did
love, because
they?
all our blood runs red. And so what I don't understand is they already talked about crossbreeding in the Willie Lynch slave. So if you can explain that to me and get me to understand where
So
you're
here's
coming from.
why I don't take to the notion of um okay, so I'm sorry y'all, just like you have that history with your dad, right? And the things, and we have history and we know what happened, right? You said I choose to live in the present and for the future. Just the same way that you hold on to those values and that determination to live for the future, so do racists. And so, just like you see, you can go to a lot of pages on here and anywhere else, and you can see that it has not died out. It's not going to die out. So what I don't do is I do understand the Willie mentioned the crossbreeding and all that stuff, this and that. I have a granddaughter who is biracial. And what I have to do is make sure that she understands what it is to be a Black woman living in America. Because not everybody on that other side is teaching her that love is just love and we all, bleed red. Society isn't teaching her that. When she goes to buy a house or a car, they're going to teach her what it is to be Black in America. So I cannot be under the notion, especially not that I have sons, right? And now I can't even say sons because look at Miss Sonia, right? But that we are in danger. I'm not going to send my kid out and say run to the store for me, and he's never driven a car. I'm going to prepare you for the world, not with rose-colored glasses, but for the totality of what it is. So that's it. That's all. And what I won't do is ever lean into on any form or fashion of microaggressions, straight out aggression, blatant racism, and things that I know were designed to keep us believing that we are not superior.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think we'll ever win?
I think we can, yeah. I'm an
If
optimistic type
so,
of
tell me
chick.
your ideologies on how.
So I could have popped off when I thought that Mr. Duffy was popping off. I chose not to because that's still a Black man. That's somebody's husband, right? So I'm going to respect him. But I also am trying to tell him, listen, I get what you're saying. Brother, I hear you. But it's still a piss poor frog that doesn't praise his own porn. So I'm going to always encourage my Black men and sisters and brown people because we are at a deficit. I am going to say, listen, I get that, the people want to be integrated with other people. I understand that. But I'm also going to tell you to watch them. because some people have inherent things in them. And that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But if we are not at first uplifting everybody, our people, and not allowing that rhetoric that we did not come up with,
Tap the
and that
screen.
nobody else leans into, we ain't never gonna win. So what I'm gonna do is if there's ever like a thing where Mr. Kevin or Mr. Duffy got a call to action or or some type of movement going on, I'm there because that's what Black women do the best. We show up. I'm always
Y'all
gonna
tap the
uplift my
screen and
community.
share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. Help me reach my goal. Get the likes up. We're almost at 400K. This is a good grown-up conversation. If your feelings get hurt, you can leave now. We'll work with the ones that's left. Who is it? Tracy, we haven't heard from you.
Okay, Miss Netra, I appreciate you having me.
This is good to
I
me.
really
This
dig
is
you.
good.
I'm gonna drop down so I can go to bed.
Oh, girl, you done spit all that. You finna go to bed?
Miss Netra,
Oh,
me too. I gotta get back to work, but I do want to just say this. We gotta learn to love one another, black and white folk. We gotta learn to love one another.
I'm
That's
with you
just
when you're right.
that's just what it is. If you see blatant racists, call that shit out right there, right then, right there. But if people standing up for us, we stand up for them too. We are all the same people. We all God's children. And God, like you did say, God ain't say nothing in that Bible about black and white. He said, love thy neighbor, period. And that's what we gotta do. Us just fighting this fight against people who is really not a threat to us. It's some that is. We seen it. We know it is. It's people that does not like us for the color of our skin. That's when we fight. But other than that, we gotta love one another. That's it. That's all. Thank you, Ms. Neutral. Bye, sweet
Thank
wolf.
you.
I'll
I'm
see
with you
you
when
later.
you're right. We play a whole lot, but I'm not gonna lie.
We'll say.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm
Let
with you
me
when
say
you're
this,
right.
Nitra.
And
What he
sweet.
just said is exactly true, that they're going to hate us for the color of our skin. And I 100% agree with him. But you know what's even more disheartening? That some of us hurt each other and we are the same color because we don't care about each other enough to try to make a change within our own self, within our own community first before trying to force or ask someone else to care about us even more.
Oh,
We
baby,
we
they not
quicker
gonna
to turn
like this
ourselves down before
conversation.
asking someone else that to love us or care about us more. We got to start caring about ourselves as Black people.
That's true.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, Kevin. They don't want to hear that.
Yeah, we divide ourselves more than they do, and I don't know why we can't accept the fact that that's partly true.
But
We're quicker to
tabernacle,
divide ourselves.
tabernacle.
You done a little bit.
I'll see you in them streets, sweet wolfie.
All right, you have a wonderful day.
All right, bye, Miss Neutral.
Bye, friend. Well,
Hello, hello.
Tracy, y'all meet up because this is good.
I waited very patiently because I wanted to hear everything that everyone was saying, but I only could speak on my experiences. Um, out in those streets of Orlando over 19 years, guys, I experienced this situation when it comes to that R word. I experience it almost every day, but no one would ever know it. If it get the best of me sometimes, I have to call my mom on the phone. I'm picking up these people of many races and everything. And sometimes I have to call and I say, Ma, I just really don't understand. I really don't understand. I would think days like this would be over. And she say, Tracy, you need to calm down. I say, I am. I'm going to calm. No, I can hear it in your voice. I said, but I don't understand. Some would come on and give me that look like I don't know what the hell I'm doing because of the color of my skin. I say, I just look like this, guys. Trust me. You know? And then it would be, most times it would be us if they're questioning me. Do you know where you're going? You know how to drive? You know this and that? I say, excuse me? And a lot of any situation that may come up, I'll be honest with you, it will be my own color. My own color. Whether they want to call on me or they want to say this or say that or questioning everything, it's us. And I don't understand why I just feel like they make my job so much harder. When I see them at the bus stops or waiting on me, I say, God almighty Jesus, you know? And sometimes I ignore it and I say, Lord, and I go to singing, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. I don't understand why our people give me such a hard time when the other races get on the bus and they just say, good morning, ma'am. And once they've been there for a couple of days, they'll say, oh, that's Miss Tracy. Their children say, before we leave, can you please take a picture with our children? I said, I don't mind at all. But us? Oh, you see him standing up? Ma'am, your baby can't do that. I need you to do this. I need you to fold that, get that baby. Well, they all right that, I'm going back and forward. And I really just don't understand it. And the last thing you make it help me with, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things, is when I was doing those concerts at the arena. We did a concert for the Jonah Brothers. No incident, no accident, no police call, no nothing. 75,000 people, sold out crowd. We did another concert for the Spanish people. Carol G, whatever her name is, did her. No nothing, no nothing, no nothing. But the minute Rod Wave, before he could even hit that stage, 75,000 people fighting. One pulled the gun, one a pum pum, whatever you want to say it. One doing this, one doing that. Girls, oh, you think you cute? Bam, they go to fighting. I said, I really just don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I'm sorry that I sound like this, but it's more hurtful to me that we can't come together just to have a nice, good time. Every Martin Luther King parade we have in our city, somebody is unalived. And I just don't understand it. I don't. But when I hear y'all voice and I come on this app in and out, that's what get me through my day. I do go to different panels. I'm in the bottom a lot, but it helps me get through my day because I deal with racism every day on that job. I had a family reunion of people that had about 30-some people who got on my bus. All of them was Black African American, a whole family of them. They was there for 4 or 5 days. Now, neither one of them ever tipped me a dime. The white tee, the Spanish, the other one, they'll get on here. And I go home with almost $200 a night. I just don't understand why we can't be happy for each other. Just because if you go get a new car, this or that happen, you got to be mad. I don't understand it. I really don't. But this is my job, and I've been dealing with this for years. Years. Be happy that you got African American driver. I'm speaking to you. You don't speak back. I'm like, my Lord Jesus. I said, I can't change everybody, Lord, but hey, he's got the whole world in his hand. And I just go to humming it. I just go to singing it. You guys have a good night. You have a good day. You enjoy yourself in the park today. And still no response. I'm going to go down, Netra, because yes, it's got the best of me. If somebody can help me to understand, why can't? Why?
Aunt Tracy, wait a minute. I know you hurting and everything, but I have a question. Do you think that with Black people, the reason why we can't get up is because we're lazy?
I don't know. I only could speak for me.
Does anybody think that the Black race is lazy?
I work too hard to be lazy, so I never call myself lazy.
No.
No, I'm not
ever.
saying. I'm saying the black race as a whole, not us as individuals. I'm
Well,
talking
I
about the
can't
black
count
No,
the
race as
whole
a
unless I
whole.
count myself. Is
no.
what I'm trying to explain to you. So I can't count the whole unless I count myself. So, like I
Okay.
said, I work too hard to be lazy, to be even classified as lazy. And I've seen too many other brothers work hard as individuals to be classified as lazy. So I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Okay. The reason why I'm saying that is because from Alexandria, Zodiac, Javon's standpoint, they put their feet to the ground and they go walk, they go protest, they go do this, they go do that. But I know I can speak from myself and my community. We as black people, we don't go out to the school boards and fight for our kids. We don't go out to recreation centers to get built for our